Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from Legacy United. This is Core Class Galvatron. Now, obviously, Core Class Galvatron is a straight repaint of the previously released Core Class Megatron. Both come from the Energon universe. And let's just go ahead and bring Megatron in right now that we can see them side by side. Now, what is interesting is the fact that for those of you who may not have known, uh, the overall design of the figures was meant to homage the original G1 Galvatron. Uh, Reason being is that as I've mentioned in other places, Energon was the 20th anniversary, was meant to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Transformers. And it's kind of funny that in 2024 Energon is now 20 years old. So you can see a lot of the detailing from that G1 Galvatron. And when the original toy of Galvatron was released from Energon, I know many people saw it and were using it in their collections as a Neo uh, G1 Galvatron because it was more accurate to the figure, uh, the animation design and stuff like that than what we had at the original toy. I think even when in 2004 we were still a few years away from that encore release that brought the original toy out in the G1 colors with like a little bit of retooling. But anyway, as you can see, it's exactly the same, same head, just different paint layouts. As you can see with with the Galvatron color scheme, you can see a lot more of that homage to the original G1 Galvatron with the purple, the red, the abdomen, stuff like that. It's just like a really nice looking figure. Now, uh, just give you the 360 here. I don't know if I mentioned this in the original review of Megatron, but this is sort of like a hybrid design of the character being in its what they would call the hyper mode, which is when the wings would be open and stuff. I'm just trying to straighten out the wing there. But very nice. I know a lot of people were waiting for this when the original Megatron toy was shown, but it's your basic general palette swap. Uh, so there's that. Uh, since in the original video I did vehicle to robot, I think what I'll just go ahead and do now is show you how to do robot to vehicle. And just one of my little nitpicks here, the damn backpack keeps rotating. So the first thing you want to do is remove the tank, sword, blaster weapon, which really upon much reflection, I think you really are just meant to use it in the sword configuration, just because it's the barrel of the tank is so much shorter, it's easier just to maneuver. And don't forget that this is meant to be like the Armada Megatron tank. Uh, Go ahead, let's just bring the wings back so we can have some room to work with. There's a tab there on the underside of the armpit. You're going to peg the arm into place, just like so. I can just, I mean, it's not going to peg, but it will hold. So just, you might have to rotate some of the uh, ball joints there. Next, what I would recommend is bending the elbow at the forearm and then rotating it around to the face of the back. It's not going to peg in anywhere. It's just to get the arm out of the way. Rotate the head. Now, what I would do here is unpeg the blasters and then put them in their flight configuration, which you can do, obviously, if just holding the figure. Come around the back here, flip up the nose cone, peg it into the shoulders, flip the wings up, rotate them around like so, kind of knock the arms out of the way, but, it is what it is. Uh, Come down to the feet here, lift them all the way down, rotate them so the knees are facing inward, and then you're going to rotate the leg up at the hip, and then bend it at the knee joint, and peg it into the shoulder. So there's that. Do it on both sides, obviously. That'd be funny if you just did it on one side. Like, hey, yeah. At this point, you can bring the elbow back ever slightly, just so that the forearm sits on the thigh there. Bring the wings down, and then to finish this off, peg the tank in with the turret facing forward. And there you have Galvatron in its vehicle mode. I like to position it with the wings up ever so slightly. And yeah, now, of course, there is some fiddliness to the transformation just because of the ball joints. Thankfully, on mine and Megatron, the uh, joints are tight enough that I don't have to worry about it being floppy. But a lot of times you'll have to do the little trick where you actually grab the joint. Well, not grab like the shoulder and just rotate it so it rotates on the joint to get into proper position. Like right here, it's a little leaning out a little far, so just trying to straighten that out. But it is a core class. Who knows? Maybe we will get a proper Voyager or leader sized version of this mold at some point. That would be nice. But yeah, that's really just about it. It is just a straight repaint, which it's kind of funny, since this is from the Energon universe. That does take me back to when these later waves of figures, three, wave four, wave five, would just be straight repaints. And that's where you would get them. And you would get the interesting stuff like, Galvatron in a G1 colors, or you know, uh, Hot Shot done up in the red and yellow like a hot rod type of figure. So that's kind of cool. So what we'll do now is we'll pause and we'll come back for some my very brief final thoughts. Normally with these straight repaints, I would usually recommend just getting the original version of the figure, just because it's like, that's true to the character. But in a situation like this, I would say if you were waiting, pick up the Galvatron repaint because that's who the mold was based on. And I think that just the colors work a lot better for the design. Um, Now, with that being said, I'm pretty sure Megatron. It's kind of funny that we started off our Legacy United journey looking at like Megatron from like I think it was like Wave One, Wave Two. I think it was Wave One, and now we're finishing it up almost with Galvatron here. But Megatron, I think, is still on shelves, so if you can find them, they might make a nice little set. But in that regard, by this point, Megatron should be on a bit of a discount. So if you can pick it up, for a little bit cheaper, hey, that's a bonus. But I got the figure from Amazon. They're actually starting to ship a little bit of the wave now. Leaders, Voyagers, and the core class. Deluxes have not shipped yet, so just keep an eye out. And it is available in stock. It's not one of these things where it was like shipped and then went out of stock. At least last time I checked. So there's that. But really, as long as the joints are tight on your copy, you should find some enjoyment of the figure. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. While I appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions help communicate to YouTube through the algorithm that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. While I always appreciate the support, I do have a Patreon if you want to give that little extra bit. It is www.patreon.com/truckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. So yeah, that's about it. Once again, this is your old pal Chuck for Galvatron, Energon Galvatron. We will see you next time.